We walk out of Roxanne's gym bruised, battered, and clinging to victory like it was the last Orimbarian hope. And before we can even catch our breath, bam! That's the Devon worker again, chasing after Team Aqua Grunt like his paycheck depends on it. But before we can deal with that, we head to the stupid box to lay SK and Rhea to rest. Our brave companions, gone too soon because I got a little too overconfident for my own good. Rest well, my friends. With our fallen honored, we'll pick up Aeolus the Clink and Biz the Cubone and start leveling our team to the level cap. And hey, some good news. We got some evolutions. Rune turns into a Thievel, looking sharp enough to steal your lunch money. And Psycho, our future slacking powerhouse, without Truants, he evolves and... well, he gets slow start. Why? Why in the 9 hells would my Vigoroth have slow start? What kind of cosmic level troll is this? Oh, you're slacking? Yeah, it won't have Truant, but you know what? I'm gonna make it even more horrible for you to get up to slacking. You know what? Have this slow start Vigoroth. Jesus Christ. At this point, I'm terrified to check Rune's ability, but when I do, we got Surge Surfer. So, in electric terrain, Rune and Braddock are besties. If only Braddock wasn't a water type, it would have been a perfect synergy. So, after swallowing that bitter pill, we finally talk to the Devon worker who asks us to help get his stuff back. Easy enough, right? Well, while chasing the grunts, we meet this old man who tells us his Pico got stolen too. And apparently in this universe, Wingulls are more dog than bird. Sure, why not? At this point, I've stopped asking questions. But this Team Aqua Grunt, this guy's got fast hands. He swipes the Devon goods and a man's beloved pet in one go? And when we catch up to him and try to politely request that he give them back, this genius once again relies on his fast hands and sends out a Pokemon, and looks like the best solution to this is going to be through a Pokemon battle. So the battle kicks off and this guy sends out a Glameow. Phew! It swirls the field of mist. Braddock quickly changes that to electric terrain, and I'm thinking, it's just a Glameow, how bad can this be? Yeah, then it goes first, knocks off half my HP, half my starter's HP, my Bubble Beam does the same back, and I swap into Psycho. At this point, still blissfully unaware that slow start nightmare waiting for me. Glameow U-turns back, barely scratching Psycho, and in comes a Mightyena, intimidating me for good measure. Then Thunderfang, I scratch back, and okay, I know Scratch is weak, and I know we got intimidated, but with Stab and Vigoroth's attack, it should at least make the health bar move. And that's when the alarm bells start going off in my head. We slack off, eat another Thunderfang, scratch again, electric terrain finally goes away, but then I get bitten, and that's when the game finally tells me slow start has worn off. I'm molding. Psycho's now at less than 20 HP, so I swap into Aeolus, my Clink. It's got stamina, so I'm feeling fine until it gets Fire Fang. I brace for the worst, but hey, half HP, not bad. Except we get burned, because of course we do. Oh, and next turn, we get flinched. I'm starting to think this game is just playing me. So we send out Biz, Beads of Rune's lowers special defense, we take a Fire Fang, and then we get flinched twice, back to back. Last time I checked, these moves were supposed to have a chance, not a guarantee, and at this point, I'm rotating my team like a broken washing machine. So it's what I gotta do, you know? I throw in the MVP, the GOAT, the round one, the one and only, Mr. Yaxon. Mightyena sucker punches, but then Magnitude 10 absolutely deletes it from existence.
That's why he's the GOAT!
Then Spoink comes out. Easy, right? Yeah, no. Spoink Psybeams, I hit it with a Magnitude 4, which might as well have been me poking it with a stick. We swap into Rune for type advantage, get hit with Icy Wind, speed drops. We get an Oranberry, we're fine. And then Snarl. Snarl just absolutely truckens this Spoink. And during these small little Snarl situations, we find out Flash does damage. Add that to the list. Spoink's gone, Glameow comes back, and this is where my brain just shuts off. Like, I know I'm slower than Glameow, I press Snarl anyway. U-turn smacks down Rune to 2 HP. 2. I am hyperventilating, internally crying, externally screaming. I'm sorry to everyone in the chat that had to witness my nervous breakdown live. But good news, Snarl finishes off Glamio and the Aqua Grunt goes down. And I go to drink about 3 gallons of water to recover from the cardio this fight just put me through. So, after that little heart attack, disguised as a Pokemon battle, this old man strolls into the cave. Introduces himself as Mr. Briny and tells me if you ever need anything, let me know. Which, okay, that's vague, but sure, I got you. Then scoops up his dog, Pico, and waddles off like nothing happens. We head back to the Devon worker and hand over the stolen goods, and he rewards us with another Great Ball, which is nice, but considering what I just went through, I was expecting at least like a, I don't know, lifetime supply of Hyper Potions or something. He drags me upstairs to meet Mr. Stone, the almighty president of Devonport. Immediately asks me to deliver a parcel to a shipyard in Slateport, and while I'm wrapping my head around that, Mr. Stone tells me to stop by Dewford and hand deliver a letter to some guy named Steven. Then this man spends around the next minute bragging about what a great president he is. And look, I'm not doubting him, but buddy, come on, I've known you for like 30 seconds and you've already given me unpaid labor? At least he hands me a Pokénap before sending me on my merry way, so I guess that's a positive. So we heal up our team, head toward Mr. Briny's place, ready to set sail for Dewford. And of course, Nick shows up, because apparently she can smell whenever I'm about to make actual progress. She looks me dead in the eyes and goes, "You ready to fight?" And I'm completely exhausted from everything that happened, so I obviously say, "No thank you." And she says, "Too bad." Excuse me? What happened to my right to say no to Pokemon battles? What is this? A hostage situation? What are we doing? Whatever, she leads with a Golbat, I lead with Rune. First thing we do, steal that Muscle Band with Thief, thank you very much, only for Golbat to U-turn right out and swap into Cubfu. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Cubfu? Seeing that, I swap into Braddock. Cubfu tries to Rock Smash me, fails. I Bubble Beam it right in its face until it dies, and goodbye, baby legendary, but I'm now realizing that I'm probably going to have to face Urshifus in my near future. Golbat comes back out, so I send an Aeolus. First bite, 12 HP, no big deal, we got some stamina, we're raising defenses, bite again, and we Thundershock in return. Rinse and repeat until Golbat's done. And then she sends out Marshtomp. Now, here's where I enter the stupid box territory. See, I correctly remembered Marshtomp's level up moveset. I just conveniently forgot that Mudshot is a special move, not physical. And our poor little Aeolus, the little cogwheel that we love so dearly, dies to a crit. Straight to the stupid box you go. I bring in Psycho and go for Yawn while eating a Water Pulse. Slack off to heal, but she swaps into Hatterene. It Thunderwaves me, so now I'm paralyzed. Fine, I start stacking Amnesias to boost up my special defense, eat Psybeams, get confused, the whole slow start nightmare as well. But eventually, we break through the paralysis confusion mess and scratch Hatterene into the ground. Marshtomp comes back in at full HP, Rock Tomb to slow me down, I Yawn to put it to sleep, slack off, wait it out, the thing wakes up immediately, I chip it down half, it pops a Citrus, hits me with an Ice Punch, and now I'm in red HP, and it's time to call in the big guns. Mr. Yaxim steps up, I click Magnitude, fully aware that an Ice Punch crit will kill me, but thankfully Magnitude 7 and Marshtomp goes down. We win, but not without another trip to the PC and another Mon in the stupid box. Alright, HM cut in hand, we sprint to Mr. Briny's and I'm greeted with this man chasing his dog around the table like it owes him money. Look, I didn't even question it. I just want him to take us to Dewford before he threw his back out. On the way to Dewford, Dad calls me. And doesn't really say much. Cool chap, thanks. Thanks, Dad. Apparently, for Dad to reach out to me, I need a phone. He can't, walk down 2 streets to come talk to Mom and I. I see how it is. He apparently loves that slacking more than he does his family. We roll into Dewford and I immediately find someone selling a ton of TMs. Naturally, I buy them all. Then it's fishing time. First catch, a Nuzlocke we name after Kimi. Route 106 gives him Mime Jr. named Taxes because nothing says joy like unexpected expenses. And that's where Stream 1 ended. Fast forward a week later, we're back, and if you would like to watch me struggle in Pokemon Emerald Imperium, head on over to my Twitch channel. Link will be in the description. We play Emerald Imperium every Friday that I possibly can. Anyways, we return to our new mons leveled, and our boy, Mr. Yaxum, evolves into an even rounder boy. We hit Granite Cave, find Steven, deliver the letter, and he drops a huge loot in return. Then it's off to Slateport, where Route 110 gives us B-Barrel, which I accidentally run from. That's an encounter wasted. Pain. But then we snag a Capsicid named Junior and a Charjabug named Philogia. Chat reminds me to check abilities, and wow, okay, Mr. Yaxum lost multi-skill, but got Toxic Debris, which is amazing. And Taxes evolved into Mr. Mime and got Sniper, which is also great. Our final next time encounter before Dewford's gym is a Gotarita with Aswell. But sadly, it's the physical attack improving variants. We named them PT, grabbed HM Flash, then hit the Poké Center to build the Dream Team. Braddock, Kimi, Taxes, PT, the GOAT, Mr. Yaxum, and Philogia. With the squad assembled, we step up to face Brawly. Inside Brawly's gym, we beat just one other trainer before finding him. And there he is, Aryam at his side. Is it just me or is it hot in here? Because I'm sweating. We check everyone's movesets, items, pray to Arceus, and the battle begins. First mon, the fighting type Pikachu? Sure, totally normal. It fakes out Yaxum to activate our Toxic Debris, thank you very much, and we respond with a Bulldoze and boom, one shot, easy start. Then comes the Alolan Sandslash, and I'll be honest, we had no plans for this thing. None whatsoever. We send out Taxes, Ice Shard, 20 HP gone, Cut, super effective, now we're already low. But we get Reflect up, swap to Braddock, Cut barely hurts, Bubble Beam, Bulldoze back, Bubble Beam again, Bulldoze again. And this thing's not even half HP yet. I start thinking, okay, maybe we stall. So we recover. Bulldoze pops our Berry Juice, and we're almost back to full. More Bulldoze, more Bubble Beams, still not dead. Swap the PT, eat another Bulldoze. Psyshock does less than I hoped, even with it being resisted. We go for Flash, land it again, finally get it to red HP, drop its attack, but nope, Cut comes in and PT's gone. Kimi's up next, and I'm just begging Kimi to live one turn of Ice Shard, and that Ice Shard does half HP. We barely survive with 1 HP above the damage roll, so I'm thinking the next Ice Shard probably won't kill, but it does, and that's 2 Pokemon down. This Sandslash is a little bit of a mess. Philogia comes out, Bulldoze does 10 damage, we spark it for the kill, Sandslash is finally gone, and honestly maybe Kimi didn't even have to die. I might have just cleaned this up with Philogia if I was a little bit smarter. Next up is Girder. It gets poisoned as it comes out, Fire Punch, which hurts. We Electro Whip to slow it down, swap to Braddock, live on 4 HP after another Fire Punch, recover, and I'm thinking, well, it did Fire Punch our Braddock, so maybe it doesn't have Thunder Punch, and maybe we can just stall it until it dies to poison damage. But Thunder Punch comes out, and Braddock's dead. My starter is gone. Taxes comes in, Psybeam to finish Girder, and then comes out Lycanroc. Oh yeah, did I mention that this is a fighting gym, by the way? We reflect. Rock Tomb brings us to 1 HP. At this point, I'm numb to it, and Axel Rock finishes Taxes. That's 4 down. Mr. Yaxum comes out, Bulldoze, Lycanroc's done, and then Hariyama enters. And I'm telling chat that, yeah, this may be the end of this run. We get Fake Out, and then Hariyama bulks up, Bulldoze, another bulk up, Bulldoze, again below half HP, Citrus pops, Bulldoze again, low sweep, we live on 12. We know Poison's gonna kill it next turn, and I really do need Mr. Yaxum alive for Watson. I swap to Philogia, expecting a possible death. But it bullet punches, and we win. Knuckle Badge in hand, 2 surviving members, and 4 in our PC to replace the 4 we just lost. We somehow still technically have a full team, but this game isn't even halfway through, and if this is how the quote-unquote easy gyms are gonna go, I'm terrified for what's coming next. And if you enjoyed the chaos, the heartbreak, and the sheer what the hell just happened of today's episode, hit that like button. Subscribe so you don't miss episode 3, and don't forget to hit the bell. And let me know in the comments which of our fallen heroes you'll miss the most. I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.